Title: The Bread and the Stranger. Scene 1. A dry village, late afternoon. The sun burned low in the sky. Jonah, a humble baker, sat outside his small clay house, staring at his empty sack of flour. His business had been slow, no one had money, and he barely had enough to feed himself and his daughter, Miriam. Inside, Miriam stirred a pot of water and herbs. "Father, we only have one loaf left." Jonah nodded, silently. He looked at the sky. "Lord, you fed Elijah with ravens. If it is your will, feed us too." Scene 2. That night, thunder rumbles in the distance. A knock came at the door. Jonah opened it to find a man in rags, soaked from the rain. "Please, I haven't eaten in days." Jonah hesitated. He looked at the only loaf, then at Miriam, then back at the man. He broke the bread in half and gave it to the stranger. "Come, sit by the fire, rest." The man ate slowly, tears in his eyes. "Blessed be the house that shelters the weary," he said. Jonah bowed his head, feeling a strange warmth in his chest. Scene 3. Next morning, the man is gone. Jonah woke early. The fire had burned low, and the stranger had vanished. But on the table lay a bag of golden wheat and a note. "What you gave in faith has returned 100-fold." Matthew 25 minutes and 40 seconds. Jonah ran outside but saw no trace of the man. Scene 4. Weeks pass. The bakery thrives again. With the wheat, Jonah began baking once more. His bread was richer, softer. Some said it tasted like heaven. People from nearby villages came to buy from him. He always set aside extra loaves for the poor, and every time he gave one away, more customers came. Scene 5. Miriam grows, helps with the baking. One evening, as they worked, she asked, "Father, who was that man?" Jonah smiled. "Perhaps an angel, or perhaps a test. Do you regret giving him our last loaf?" "Never, because giving is what brought us here." Scene 6. 10 years later, Jonah is old and grey, now a respected elder. Jonah sits under an olive tree as children gather. He opens a worn scroll and reads, "Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by so doing some have entertained angels without knowing it." Hebrews 13:2. He closes the scroll and says, "The secret to abundance is generosity. The world may forget you, but heaven does not." Final scene inside the bakery, now called Loaves of Grace. Above the counter, carved into wood, reads, "What you gave in faith has returned 100-fold." Miriam now runs the shop, passing on her father's legacy, and every evening they set aside a fresh loaf on the windowsill for whoever needs it most. Message: true blessings are born from acts of quiet faith. When you give with love, especially when it costs you everything, you open the door for miracles.